Hello, 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 everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Let me know if everything is good, and we will get started here momentarily. What's your sunset time there? Sunset, I think about an hour ago. So yeah, it's dark out. It's officially dark out. Yeah, sunset about 30 minutes ago. So yeah, and it's a lot darker out here too. Yeah, the days are pretty long, but yeah, it's about 9 o'clock here, so it's, already pretty late. But yeah, we're going to go get started here. I just hope the stream's looking okay on your guys' end. I'm going to go ahead and check it on my end, too. And then we will go. We will start building the rocket. Yeah, that looks good. I might turn on my other light. I wonder if that'll make things look a bit better. Because, yeah, I got this light right here. That's real bright. So I wonder if turning on my other light would help. There we go. So now we got the lamp and the fan on. Pretty good. Let's see, how's that look? Yeah, I think that looks a lot better. There's not as much of a void behind me. So we'll go with that. All right, let's go ahead and hop in to thing. So yeah, been a while since been on here. Last thing we did was Jupiter Infinity. So yeah, let's go and create a new world, and we'll go and do it normal. We're not gonna do realistic or hard or challenge mode or anything. That's just yeah. That's just Crazy Town. I already have enough Crazy Town with Mission Moonshot, so we don't need any more Crazy Town. So there we go. Saturn INF sandbox. Oh, and then of course select the custom solar system. All right, let's hop on in. There we go. So this should be at the bottom. Yep, there it is. Play. I guess that's fine. Oh. No, it's not fine. Import settings.txt file. Terraspace, do you know anything about this? We seem to be having some technical difficulties. Let me try re-downloading your thing. Let me just do that real quick. Alright, I'm gonna try re-downloading the thing, so give me a moment. I must have done it wrong or something. Okay, so simulator. Okay, download. Alright, there we go. That is downloaded. Now we take that. Custom solar system and pop it in there. Oh, that's on me. That's on me. I put it in wrong. Okay. It's been so long since I've done anything with Spaceflight Simulator file structure. I did that completely wrong. So now we should be good. Let's get Spaceflight Simulator back and get my chat pulled back up. There we go. Hey, Senard Cern78. How you doing? How you doing? Alright. Alright, I gotta, let me make sure to remember to turn display capture back on. That could have been bad. Yeah, their shortest day. Well, yeah, the solstice was actually yesterday. Yeah, the solstice was yesterday. So, it's kind of like December there. Yeah, exactly. It exactly is December over there. Which is crazy to think about. So, oh. Well, excuse me for wanting to have fun. Alright, great new world. Solar system up to Saturn, huh? Saturn. INF. Great new world. Play. Alright. There we go. Alright, so we can go and start building our rocket. Now, I have actually done some things with the stream as well, so we should actually have something pretty cool. If I do this... I don't know if that did anything on your guys' end. But yeah, we have a landing counter. So we can land the rocket. We can count how many landings we've done. And that's supposed to be through a chat bot, but I don't know if I've set it up correctly, because it was supposed to go to chat, and I don't think it did. So now I just look like a silly person saying that I did something and nothing happened. Highlight at mentions. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if the chatbot's working, so... Yeah, I thought I got that set up properly, but I don't know if it actually did. So, yeah. Whatever, I'm not going to worry about it too much. What I am going to worry about is making my custom capsule I like to do. So, cheats, we're going to use part clipping. And that's about it. We're just going to do part clipping. I'm not going to bother too much with BP editing, because that's... we don't really need to bother with it. We're just gonna make a fun little capsule here. This is a capsule I love to make. Just a 6, well, I think it's actually an 8 wide. Yeah, a little 8 wide thing there. And then you put a little 4 wide decoupler on the top. Like that, there you go. Yeah, like that. And then you put the 8 wide heat shield on the bottom. And you got like a little Apollo style thing. It's pretty cool. I like it a lot. Even make it nice and silver. Yeah, it's like a little Apollo capsule. So, there you go. There's a thing, I guess. So this will be our return. This will be what we want to try and get back home after the mission. So we'll give it some parachutes as well. Because that's good to have. It's good to have some parachutes. In there. There it goes, and the thing. I gotta clip all those together, actually. So that way they're not too in the way. Alright. And we could try and maybe do some sort of like launch escape thing. I always find out these just don't usually... unless you like heavily BP edit them, these don't end up really working out too well, but I don't know, they're kind of cool. The only problem is that is doing that thing, and I really don't want it to do that. Maybe we can just use a regular tank for that. Not like that. Yeah, like that. No. No, I don't know. Let's just go back to what we were doing. It's fine. We won't worry about it. I won't worry about it. Okay. Alright. Maybe we'll just go like full on. I don't know, I've been playing a lot of Reentry recently. Maybe we'll just go like full on like Apollo for this section. So we'll have like a pretty chunky command module below the capsule. Make it all shiny and silvery. And then we can do another like the coupler thing. And put the engine on that. Put the big old Frontier engine on there. Or I'll do that first, and then we can snap. No, no, like that. There we go. Look at that, every little Apollo-esque style thing. Go and put some RCS on it. So we can control it when it starts plummeting through the atmosphere. Well, that's to control it before we hit the atmosphere, and this is all to control it through the atmosphere. You know, all the stuff you need. Oh, and then we also probably want a docking port. Right, I kind of forgot docking ports were kind of nice to have. There we are. Look at that. That's the start of our rocket. We'll go ahead and put it at the top. Oh, no, we'll go ahead and put that at the top. At the top. At the top with you. At the top with you, and just because aerodynamics. Perfect. Why don't I like how that's doing that? Maybe we just ignore it. It's fine. All right. All right, and then 10 wide. We'll go ahead and make a big old fairing. Big old fairing, and we'll go ahead and shove a little. Yeah. I don't know why. I just really feel like doing. I mean, I have been doing a lot of Apollo stuff recently, so maybe we will just do like an Apollo style thing. That does always sound fun when you do Apollo style stuff. We do have the Redstone Atlas parts. I do kind of like the look of the windows on these for like a lander. I think would look decent. So yeah, we'll go with that. This is kind of how I do like the rockets in my videos as well, by the way. I'm just like, will this part look decent if we do it like this? If we combine it with this and clip things together, and then usually I go back and do some BP editing, but that usually takes a while. Maybe 6 wide actually. Be good. Yeah, there we go. Look at that funny little guy. Look at that funny little guy. He's such a funny little dude. He's so funny. Alright. And then we can clip maybe a bigger tank up at the top to kind of, like just an 8 wide, I think. And then get that out of the way. I want to see my tank. Yeah, there we go. Maybe a 6 wide would be fine. What if I do that? Yeah, that kind of doesn't work. You almost need a one of these tanks. 8 wide and curve it. There we go. There we go. Look at that guy. Look at that funny guy. He is so funny. That's kind of a cool look too, as well. You either got that or you got that with the fuller windows. They both look all right. They both look kind of cool. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. They both designs for landers look kind of neat. Actually, he might look even cooler if we do him like that. Yeah, it's like, and then we can shove this in here. It's almost we've created a UFO basically, which is kind of gnarly. We created a UFO, an unidentified flying thing. Maybe we can do something different. I kind of liked where that was going, but just... What if we did that? What if we did that? Yeah, this is too big. What if we then put that on top? Oh, he looks mean. He looks angry. Why he looks so angry? Why are you so mad? I think we'll just go back to what we had. It was honestly fine. Yeah, something like that. I think what we can do, though, is... For the bottom... is we'll have this. This can be like our ascent stage. That'll be our ascent stage. And then we'll have... something like that, which you won't see, because it'll cover it up like that. And then we'll have like a bigger stage. Now, now, the plan is to still land on multiple moons, but the final ascent stage is going to be like the, okay, we're out of landings, let's return home, kind of dealio. So we won't be using that unless we need to return home, and return home rapidly. So I think that'll be good. And then for the bottom of this, we will make it a bit more built up. And because the goal of this challenge is to land on as many moons as possible, I don't think I'm going to be aiming for any of the big moons. I know, it seems kind of silly, but we've gone to the big moons before. And seeing as the goal is to land on as many as possible, I was going to mainly focus on the smaller moons. Trying to do some, like, cool part. It looks kind of neat, I guess. Trying to make something look neat here. With a bit of part clipping. There we go. So then we can do legs. Shove the legs in here. Actually, no. Shove the legs on the outside. And then hide the solar panels in here. Haha, look at that. Look at that. Because solar panels totally work this far out at Saturn. Yep. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. Don't stress. Don't stress about it. Everything will be fine. And then because I'm building this rocket, it says Night Tate. Night Tate. There we go. That's what it says. There. we can bring that out, I guess. That's fine. Do some funny checker patterns. Funny checkerboard. engine, and we'll use another one of these big engines because they're always nice. And I think, I mean, I'm definitely not expecting to land on all the moons well, I'm expecting not landing. We're not going to get a lot of landings done if we just go with this. So what else? What else? What else do we do? Just making sure the stream's still working. What else is there to do? Well, I guess there is the big rocket that's going to get us to Saturn. But I wonder if I should add maybe a couple, maybe I will add, just at the bottom here, kind of a reserve fuel tank that we're only going to use in order to, like, refill. Because I feel like we're going to need some spare fuel. I'm going to put the biggest fuel tank here. And this is the whole thing we're going to try and get to Saturn. I'll go ahead and cover it up with the fairings. Like so. Ignore the fact that it's doing that. It'll fix itself, I promise. Yeah, there we go. Might want to get a mini lander for the small moons. A mini lander, a tiny little... Some probes might be a good idea, actually. I mean, the goal was to do all the small moons. We've already kind of said that. I was just going to do the small moons because I was going to try and land on as many as possible. But some tiny little probes sound fun. Some little rovers or something. So maybe we'll shove them down here. Because we're still kind of... This is still kind of the payload we're working on. We haven't quite started building the rocket. A larger lander for the bigger moons, a small one for the smaller moons. Yeah. But if we just want to land on small moons, though, then do we need big rocket? But yes, we'll make some small little probes, I think. Yeah, and yeah, ion thrusters, of course, of course. Of course. I love ion power. Ion power is the best kind of power. Actually, I probably only need one strut tower. And then other coupling. So we'll just do 1, 2, 3 of them. And actually, they don't need to redock. That's fine. Just going to be 3 little guys with some power. A solar panel for power. And then a little ion thruster. And I think they go, I think it's that way is the correct way, right? I think so. And of course I'll add a fuel tank. I won't forget. I will not forget. See, there we go. There's your fuel tank. See, I think that's gonna be about good for like our payload and stuff. And I'll just try and shove these up as much as possible. There we go. Just shove them in the corner as much as possible. And I'll get them a bit more, like, centered there. There we go. All right. And that means we can put just some fairings here. And you won't even know that they're there. Except for the fact that I've told you about them. So you now know that they're there. But if I just do that... Or wait, what size do I want to use? That fairing? Probably the fairing of that size. I kind of don't want it to taper in like that. So I was going to put another one of these tanks down here. Ooh. Ooh. It's kind of doing some silly business, isn't it? Imagine you got your rocket. It's got a bit of a taper. It's got a bit of a taper to it. I mean, that's fine. We can add one more little guy. We can fit in one more little guy. And our rocket's got a bit of a tight waistline. Alright, and now we just cram on the engines. So we want to make sure we have enough thrust. I mean, this is going to be used in space, so we don't need too much thrust. I think 2 engines is fine. I think 2 engines will be fine for you. 8 wide, shove that there. Just because it looks nice. Oh yeah, that looks real nice. Bam. Do we want to keep using that pattern? I don't know if I want to keep using this pattern. You can do it like that, and it kind of gets a little trippy a little bit. It's like trippy rocket. I think we'll stop that, and we'll transition to this pattern. No. This pattern. Yes. Yeah, we'll do the Saturn V pattern. Get a couple more tanks on here. And then shove another big old tank there. And then we can still like connect it and looks. Nope, I didn't mean to do that one. I meant to do that. Engines. Engines. That's not enough thrust. I don't know if we'll get enough thrust for this. I might need to just do it here. If I do 3 of these engines, I don't think that's enough either. I think I need 2 of the big ones. Yeah, that's only half thrust. I need something with a bit more oomph. Yeah, 2 of the big engines will work, but those are gonna heat each other up and cause a whole host of unpleasant problems. I guess if I space them out, they don't. That'll be fine. It'll work. The rocket will fly, probably. If it doesn't, then oh well. We tried. Pretty much what happens in Mission Moonshot. The rocket doesn't fly, it's just like, oh well, we tried. Can't really do anything about that now, can we? Okay. And then what if we shove this on here on the bottom? I barely use this piece, especially when I plan to add side boosters to this thing, because I doubt this thing is going to make it to. I mean, I don't know. There's a chance it can make it to Jupiter, Saturn, if we are efficient with it. And it just barely fits in the one window, the standard view. We're not using infinite build size here. Yeah, because you can do that, and that gives us enough thrust off the pad. Should we give that a go? I feel like we're gonna want boosters though. I don't know. You can make use of gravity assists. But I feel like we're going to want... I don't think this is going to make it. I mean, if we can make it out of the atmosphere with a good amount of fuel margin left, I'll say it's fine, but we're probably going to need boosters. But let's give it a go. Let's give her a go. I forgot to add stages. Oh, well. I'll just do this manually. I'm not even confident this is going to work. All right, you ready? Bop. There it goes. Oh, the engines go wiggle wiggle. We're off. Into space. The rocket is turning, as rockets do. The rocket is rocketing. Oh, I'm gravity turning a bit too aggressive. I need to slow down with my gravity turn. Okay, we'll hold this. This is our trajectory so far, not bad. Okay, first stage burned out. Boop. Gonna get that second stage lit up. We're well above the clouds now. Still pushing our way into space. And yeah, this stage is burning out quick. And then we're just on to our Frontier engine stage, which needs to do all the work. And yeah, I didn't give it a good enough thrust-weight ratio. Yeah, no way. Yeah. We still need a stage with at least a good enough thrust-weight ratio, and we're kind of already on our, like, deep space stage, and we haven't even got out of the atmosphere yet. So, yep. Back to the drawing board. We need to get rid of this, because we need boosters. What do we need? Boosters. When do we need them? Now. More boosters. It's not just for KSP. Crispy. What? Okay, there we go. Do that. And then bang. Okay, there we go. And then I'll just copy this with the engines. Copy all this and put it over there. Copy all this and put it over there. Okay, that's a good amount of thrust weight. What if we added another tank to them both? Oh, there you go. That's not bad. And we can keep... I want to taper them up to a point slowly. So we'll go for 10 wide. Then we go, yeah, the nose cone. Let's use this nose cone. Maybe what we'll do this, this, this. Just stack up the pieces. And then tip it off with a parachute. Does that look weird? Looks a little weird, maybe. Kinda cool, though. And it means these boosters are recoverable, because they have parachutes. So, it's a partially reusable rocket. Actually, it would be completely partially reusable once we add probe cores to these. Now it's a partially reusable rocket. These boosters will land with parachutes and then be recovered. I think that's genius. That's a genius rocket building technique right there. Alright, let's go ahead and do the stages. So I completely forgot where the stage is down there. Okay, so yeah, first stage, engines. Second stage, decouple. Third stage, engines. Fourth stage, engines. And then I don't really need to stage anything else. I can just do all that manually. So, second time's the charm. Here we go. Off we go. Roaring off the pad. Oh yeah, we have a lot more thrust weight ratio now. We are booking it. Absolutely booking it. Oh, I forgot to add the stage for the parachutes. Problem solved. The boosters will now be recovered. I'm going to throttle down a little bit, actually. We are absolutely creaming it through the atmosphere. Let's see. Yeah, we're still doing good. Alright. Yeah, we're separating the boosters kind of high. I'm not sure exactly how well separating the boosters this high with parachutes will go, but I guess it should be fine, right? They'll be recovered, hopefully. Let's throttle well down. Get ready for separation. Getting a little bit toasty. Okay, yeah, the parachutes didn't deploy. But they will in a second, don't worry. It's fine. Things are getting quite warm, actually. Did I gravity turn too quick? Get out of the atmosphere. Go, 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 get. I think I gravity turned too soon. I need to get out of the atmosphere. Need to get out. Need to get out of here. Get me out of here. Alright, there we go. We're good. We're safe from the very warm parts of the atmosphere. And we have a nice trajectory downrange, too. Oop. Nope, staging. Alright. There we go. Our trajectory is officially in outer space. So yeah, it's perfect time to get this stage because we want low thrust weight ratio just to complete our circularization. And actually, I want to switch to... No, not you. Is it you? Where's our boosters? Or are they these? So we already dropped the... I mean, they were the first things we dropped. Yeah, everything probably burned up. Oh well. Assume the boosters... Yeah, I guess we would probably have to land them propulsively. Yeah. They would have probably needed to land propulsively like Falcon 9 boosters or Falcon Heavy boosters. So, whoopsies on that front. But hey, now we know. You can't just use parachutes for things like that. I mean, SpaceX learned that. That's why they propulsively land things. Because SpaceX was originally going to do parachutes, but then, yeah, you had the whole problem of trying to survive the atmosphere. So you have to use engines anyway, so you might as well just use engines all the way down. But there you go. We are in a circular orbit with 69% propellant remaining. Nice. And we could probably go straight to Jupiter and to Saturn, but we got our good boy Venus here. And I would like to have get some free velocity from our good boy Venus here. So go ahead and yoink that. There we are. Doink. Oh, also, oops, I messed that up. How dare you call Venus a boy? Have you seen solar balls? Have you seen solar balls? Yeah, solar balls. That episode is funny. The Goddess of Beauty one though. Someone hasn't seen solar balls. I was like, probably get rid of the fairings now. There we are. Oh, I think we did that after TLI. Whoops. Wait, TLI. It was more like a TVI. Alright, time warp here. Go ahead and do a couple burns. We're definitely going to need quite a few. And we do them at periapsis to Oberth effect, whatever. I'm sure you guys know enough about space. I don't need to clarify why we're doing it like this. But actually, I don't know if we're going to have... I mean, we can eat into our reserve a little bit, but that's not really what I wanted to do. I didn't really want to eat into our reserve. But if we can't make it to Venus, then that's kind of a problem. We'll eat into our reserve a little bit. We just need to be able to get to Venus. I mean, we're gonna do this for so cheaply anyway. I think it's fine. Getting into our reserve a little bit. We'll leave 80% up for other use, and then we'll use RCS to fine-tune this encounter. There we are. All right. So yeah, we want to try and get an Earth encounter that's got a bit of velocity to it. So about that looks good. Yeah, about there. So we want to get an Earth encounter that's going to cross over its orbit. That's kind of the best way to get a gravity assist. You want to be coming at Earth with a lot of relative velocity. That way you can gain more velocity out of Earth. So, with that being said, we can end our navigation to Venus. Go once around the sun. Get that gravity assist, and now we target Earth. And I'm making frequent quick saves. Because, yeah, we've had a lot of missions in this game before fail. And I haven't had any quick saves. Because it's easy to get on the habit of not doing quick saves, because we have revert 30 second and revert 3 minute. But when these fail, then, yeah, you're kind of out of luck. So, yeah. And I'm going to try to not use Navigate 2, because there's an issue with that. When you go around, it crashes the game, and it's way more annoying on PC when it crashes, because you have to, like, Alt F4 the entire game. Whereas on phone, you just swipe up, and it's fine. So yeah, just check the navigate to every now and again. And just see when the game wants us to do a burn. Navigate to, yeah, see, we're still at our window. Navigate to, oh, yeah, it's almost. If the Earth was coming to us, that would have been a great encounter. But unfortunately, no, the Earth will not come to us. We do need to go to the Earth. Okay, it looks like about this is where we want to. So wait, is this actually gonna like do something? If we, it seems like this is just gonna keep moving. And we're not getting an encounter we want. The encounter is gonna have us adjust our trajectory to be more in line with Earth's orbit, which we do not want. We want a crossing path. So that's why it can be quite tricky, because we want to try and get Earth at one of these points. Yeah, so now we're ahead of it. Let's see. This, yeah, now we're ahead. So yeah, let's wait a little bit. Nah. I think a couple more orbits. Be about. Let's see it here. No. We need to get a little bit closer to it. I think one more. This orbit should do it, right? Yeah, because we're going to start catching up to it. We good on this orbit? Yeah, there we are. And look, it wants us to go higher, which means an even bigger crossover. So we like to see delta V corrections like that. For an extra 85 meters per second, we'll be able to gain a lot more delta V. And we'll have to use some of our reserve. I'm just going to dump 50 of the reserve out. Yeah. I mean, we could have built bigger boosters and... Oh, wait. There. That's how much reserve we'll have. Okay, come on, come on. Okay, there we go. And now we can focus, use RCS, and try and get that bit closer. There's Luna and the Earth. Oh, we can get an encounter with Luna and the Earth. How good is that? Oh, that's pretty good. That is pretty good right there. That's pretty much going through the Earth, though. So like that's a good encounter. We like that, but it's a bit too spicy. It's a bit too much of a spicy meatball. That we could probably handle that. Let's see, how close can we get? So probably about right there. That's probably about as close as we're gonna get, and we also get a very nice moon flyby as well. So that is a double gravity assist. That is similar to what Europa Clipper did, I think. Didn't they recently? Or maybe it was not. There was one space mission that flew by. I think it was Europa Clipper. They got a double assist. Maybe I'm thinking of another one. I'm not sure. Because I feel like that one just launched, but maybe, I don't know. There was a mission that got a double assist, Earth and Moon, and got some pretty photos before it flew back off into deep space. To get more gravity assists. More assists of gravity. Alright, there we go. Coming in. Hello, Moon. Hi, Moon. Bye, Moon. Hi, Earth. Bye, Earth. Alright. I'll head up here. And we'll be back. We'll be back, Earth. Not that orbit. But one of the later orbits, we will be back. Because we got to do one more gravity assist. One more assisty boy. Ooh, that's so close. That might be worth it. The Galileo spacecraft used a Venus, Earth. No, there was a more recent one. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Yeah, I know the Galileo did. Because it was launched, I'm pretty sure, wasn't it launched from the space shuttle? So it didn't have as much delta V as like a normal thing. So that's why they use, I mean, nowadays they do it all the time. But I'm pretty sure Galileo did it because they were launched from the space shuttle, I think. Double gravity assist. It was the Juice mission. Jupiter, Icy Moons Explore. Juice. Yep, Juice. Yep, the Juice mission. Which it's doing the same thing. Venus, Earth, Earth. But it also got the moon in there. Yeah, Europa Clipper got to Mars really fast, and then it's come back to Earth. Yeah. Yeah. No, it was the Juice mission that I was thinking of. Anyway, yeah, we'll just go and burn radial to try and get this transfer window. There we go. Oh yeah, and we got it. Cool. That wasn't even that. That was lucky. That was very minimal delta V expenditure there. I mean, we gotta do kind of a big burn to get our Earth encounter. But once we get our Earth encounter, I think we are pretty much sorted. And it takes so much fuel to actually adjust this, so we'll be able to get it quite precise. Let's see, is that good? Oh, that's pretty good. Not great. That the wrong... Oh, that's the wrong... Oh, wait, no? Juice will use a complex involving Earth, Venus, Venus, to reach Jupiter missions like the Jupiter 2031. Yeah. Okay. So this Earth assist, we're not really gaining much extra from it, which is annoying. I thought it would be... I mean, we're getting a little bit. But it's like barely anything. Which is confusing. Why are we getting so little from this Earth assist? What if we go this way? Does this way give us more of a boost? I feel like this is just going to be like... Yeah, that's an anti-assist. That's how you put on the brakes. Huh. I mean, I guess we'll go for it. We kind of got this flyby for free. So we'll go for it. We'll get as much of a boost as we can. But yeah, I think that's just a not great assist. That's just a non-ideal one. That's just a non-ideal one. Unfortunately. Yeah, there's like some sort of like calculator. I mean, there's like calculators online and stuff that tell you exactly when to encounter the planet to get the best gravity assist. But yeah, I'm just kind of eyeballing it. And yeah, that's a bad one. We're only gaining, what, that much extra height, and we need to get out to, like, Jupiter's height. So, just an unlucky assist on that one. Doop. Alright, and we'll see what else we can get from Earth. I mean, yeah, our orbit is quite aligned with Earth, so maybe that's why we can't get good ones. Maybe we'd have better luck going to Mars, but Mars is so tiny that I don't know if it'd really do anything. Would Mars really be worth it in the grand scheme of things? If we could get an Earth encounter now, that'd be great. No, that's just... it's bugging out on that orbit. Okay, this orbit. I'm feeling this one. No, it's not. I feel like it's... no, Earth is a bit too far away. There we go. Ooh. I don't know if that's worth it. That is too much delta V to be worth it, I feel like. There we go. 9.33. We can do that with RCS. I will take 9.33 meters per second. But yeah, it's not... I mean, it'll be a little bit of a crossover orbit. But yeah, we are very aligned with Earth, so maybe that's why we're not getting good gravity assists. I mean, it's whatever. There we go. Oh, another moon assist. There we go. That should be good, I think. No. No, that's not a bad one. Look at that orbit it's putting us in. Yeah, about the best we can get is like that. Which, I mean, we're slowly working our way. But it's like not really how I thought we'd be getting to Saturn. How many moons of Saturn did they add compared to how many there was before? I mean, Saturn doesn't exist in base game SFS, so all the moons here are more than before. But I'm sure Terraspace has the exact number because he's the one who made the pack. So, yeah. I just know it's a lot. And it's enough to warrant doing this again. I think I'm going to do a little bit of a retrograde burn just so that we can get, again, like same thing I was saying, get our path kind of crossed with Earth, and then we'll see if we can't get anything from that. Gonna have to eat into more of our reserve fuel, it looks like. Oh, that was actually close. Hold on. I'm reverting. Navigate to Earth. Oh yeah, I guess. Oh, we're time warping. Okay. Apparently burning retrograde got us really close to Earth. Okay. That's not expected. but a pleasant surprise. Okay, stop that. Let's see, do we do the transfer window? Transfer window is telling us to do that. I don't want to listen to your transfer window. Let's see what this does. I think this is going to get us close to Earth. Very close. Alright. Let's just do a couple more orbits. Several years later... Alright, this one looks good. Nope, never mind. It looked good, but it wasn't good. Alright, this one maybe? Nah, same thing. Same kind of thing, okay. Okay, I'm gonna wait one more orbit, because usually waiting one more orbit makes that a little bit less delta V wise. Don't have to force it as much. Yeah, 65, we'll take it. We take that. Leaving us with 50% of our fuel. I'm gonna turn off RCS. Oh, these ran out. So the engine's turned off. Alright, that should be enough of a burn to actually make something happen, hopefully. Yeah, we're crossing over Earth's orbit, like, very, very crazily. So, here's hoping. Here is hoping. 92.5 kilometers. Oh yeah, see, there we go. Now we're getting up to Jupiter. And I'm pretty sure that's just out of the atmosphere. That's still in the atmosphere. It's better if we get closer. We can fine-tune it better. But there we go. Finally got our trajectory up towards Jupiter. We'll just go and warp over to here. Yeah, you can see how much having a crisscrossing path really helps. In 3D spaceflight, I don't think gravity assists are as hard because you turn a lot of your inclination. You're always coming in at like a very high angle. Energy is stored up in inclination that I think that just makes gravity assists in 3 dimensions easier because you're canceling out your inclination whenever you do a gravity assist. So, yeah, in 2D it seems like it's a bit harder because you do have to come in at quite a steep angle, and you never have to do this in like KSP or whatever because again, you have your inclination, whereas in here we don't have that. We don't have that extra dimension. But anyways, go ahead and zoop past this, and then we'll just go and wait for Jupiter. Hey, Jupiter. Hey, Jupiter. Hey, Jupiter. Goodbye, Jupiter. Hey, Jupiter. Hey, Jupiter. Hey Jupiter. Hey Jupiter. Hey Jupiter. Hey Jupiter. Ooh, almost missed it. This is a lot of years to be waiting for a gravity assist. Oh, Jupiter. This is a lot of years to be waiting. We're not in some like resonance with Jupiter, are we? Oh no, there we go. We got it. All right. Ooh, but I noticed it a bit too late, and we might not be able to adjust our trajectory too well. Oh no, there we go. It's happening. Not the best. Not the best. Be lucky if we got like a Saturn thing. I don't think we did. All right. Look at all these moons. Look at all them moons. It's a lot of moons. I'm just gonna right on past those, and we'll keep going. All right. I think we'll have to wait a little bit for Saturn. Yeah, because this is no, come back. Saturn, come back. Saturn, come back. Saturn, come back. Waiting for our encounter with Saturn. There we go. All right. Wonderful. Wonderbar. Wonderbar. Okay. Now. No. We cannot correct this with the amount of fuel we have. I'm worried we're going to not have enough fuel. We're using so much of the fuel I wanted to use for the mission. For the actual landings. But not got to use it all to actually get to Saturn. Counter escape. Okay, I think Titan. Yeah, I think Titan's what we want to aim for as like our Tylo equivalent here, for lack of a better term. Okay, I can't quite find it here. Interesting there. Thank you. Had no idea. Oh, there we go. There we go. Capture. Hey, there we go. Capture. Free capture. Let's go. Yes, free capture. Extra toasty. How would you like your capture? Toasty or extra toasty? Okay, we'll go ahead and get into Saturn's sphere of influence and then worry about that. Yeah, because I don't want an extra toasty encounter. $32. Nice. From the main 4, yeah. Okay. Alright, yeah, I see all these. Look at all these. Phoebe, Ymir. They're all over the place. Yeah, we're definitely going to want our little probes. I think, yeah. Good call for the probes for all these crisscrossing things. I think that's definitely going to be a good call. And yeah, we'll try and... Well, I don't want to be in Titan's atmosphere. So that's probably about as close as to Titan I want to be. And is that even the best? No, it's probably not the best way to encounter it, actually. If I encounter it from this side, this should act more like a brake, slowing down our orbit. Yeah, there we go. There's our capture. All right, nice. We will take that. Saving the fuel needed to do that. And it's not just the fuel. Yeah, basically saving the fuel. Yeah, to do all that capture, which was probably gonna be quite expensive if we didn't do this. So there we go. Thank you, Titan, for being so generous. Yeah, there we go. Puts us right in a stable orbit. And we can probably go ahead and gravity assist down a little bit. But I think it's time to release the probes. I think our crew here is dead unless they procreated and made kids. You know what? There was cryo. There's cryo sleep. Okay. If Matt Lown can pull that one, so can I. All right. Oh, can I? Bang. There we go. I was worried these guys wouldn't have gotten free. There we go. Okay, come on. Okay. Fine. Get out. Get out. There he goes. No, get out. There we go. There we go. He's free. Oh, no, don't do that. No, get out of here. Get out of here. Run. I bet there's not enough space in the capsule now for a whole family. Yeah, probably not. Didn't really plan that thoroughly. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay. This guy. Yes, we're going to this guy. Okay. Albiorix? Is that how you say that one? Yeah, it's one of your new ones. Okay, that's one of the new ones added. So we'll go to that one. Go. This might take a while. I hope you guys packed, I don't know, something, because ion engines take a while. So yeah, I don't even know where we... So yeah, we do an entire orbit like this, and then we re-encounter right here. That's kind of fun. And this is a prograde orbit, isn't it? Let's at least track our mothership, so that we can see where its orbit is. Yeah, there we go. So we can see that orbit is down there, and we'll get a couple more gravity assists off Titan to kind of get us lower into that, and then yeah, we'll conquer the big moons with the Apollo setup. I got the pronunciation right. Oh, awesome. I never do that right. Okay. Something tells me I'm gonna all of a sudden just encounter this thing. Okay, I'm 0 meters per second correction to encounter this guy, and I still don't see my orbital line. Okay, this looks like it might be more akin to docking. So, we will be docking with this small moon. Alright. Oh, wrong button. Meant to do shift, not... That's C. How am I pressing all the wrong buttons? Shift and C. Yes, that's how you throttle engines. Now shift. 3, 2, 1, 0, X. Yeah, and it's plus 0.00000. Press shift again. There we go. We got it to no relative velocity. And I still don't see our orbital line. So that's how sensitive it's going to be. Okay. Noted. Let's go ahead and orbit around then. You can see how many flybys of Titan our other ship's going to make in the meantime. Oh. Why did it split into 3 pieces? Oh, that's just the fairing. Okay. It's fine. It didn't actually split into 3 pieces. Okay, we're good. I mean, it technically did, but not really. The pieces that fell off were very unimportant. I'm going to end your navigation right there, actually, because it's going to start glitching out on me, isn't it? Okay. I'll be alright. Navigate to. Okay, so yeah, see, now the navigation kind of did another thing. Well, now it wants us to go this new transfer window. Okay. Luckily, we have the Delta V to do this. There we go. Now we actually have an encounter. Okay. Cool. Counter with Albiorix. Oh. Okay. Let's get on down over here. Yeah, this should hopefully be quite fun. Yeah, something's always found something fun about small moons, small tiny moons, with very little gravity. I know people kind of find them annoying. Like people don't like Gilly in KSP. I love Gilly. I think Gilly's great. But yeah, I mean to be fair, it is kind of annoying because you just take a step on it and then you're back in orbit. But I don't know. I think tiny moons and things are neat. Yeah, look at our orbit. We're going 3.9 meters per second and we're still not in orbit. .5 meters per second and we're not in orbit. Have to be going 0.2 meters per second to actually get into a stable orbit. Crazy town. Alright, now we're going 0.1 meter per second and we're going to let the gravity slowly take a hold of us. We probably don't have to do anything. We're going about 2 meters towards the surface. No, we don't have to do anything. Just let it happen. I'm just gonna let this happen. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! We're falling! We're falling so fast! Dunk. Hey, no, I said land. You dumb probe. Okay. There we go. When do we get the landing? Hey, landing on the surface. Alright, +1 landing. There we go. So, 1 landing down. What's that? 32 to go. 31 to go. Alright. And we should be able to just... And now we're in orbit. No, not quite. Now? Pretty much now. Almost. I think low albeorix orbit is going to be probably like 2 meters per second. Like doing it like right on the surface. Yeah. 1.8. Yeah. Close enough. Still, it's not that fast at all. Oh. Whoops. Let's just ignore that. Pretend that didn't happen. And yeah, we're just gonna... get into a nice, stable orbit here. There we go. That should be good. There we go. There's our nice, stable orbit. We're in orbit, guys. This is orbit. This is orbital velocity. Right here, right now. Crazy stuff. Anyway, here, we'll let him do his scans and stuff. And I think... Oh, actually... Or no, wait, is this our rocket? No, a fairing piece. A fairing piece has already gotten a Titan encounter. Would you look at that? Oh, but we can get one, like, right now, so that's fine. I'm not jealous. I'm not jealous of the fairing piece that gets the Titan encounter before we do. Nope, nope, it's fine. It's fine, don't worry about it. Where's Titan? There's Titan. Okay. Yeah, we can do like something like that. Get Rhea in there. I think no, that's too close. Do something like that. Yeah, that's fine. We could go to Iapetus. Yeah, we'll go to Iapetus. Circularize there, and then we can start working our way down. But actually, I do want to send another... Before we do that, so yeah, that's done. But let's send another little probe out. You. Get you out of here. Come on. Wake you up. There we are. Alright. And I want to send you in a retrograde orbit, because we do have some retrograde moons. Yeah, like Ymir and stuff. So we're going to get you going the other way. So this is prograde. I'm going to get you going off in this direction. Retrograde. Actually, probably best if we got you going off in this direction, actually. And maybe we do navigate to Ymir and maybe once I get the orbit turned around, it'll actually let me encounter you. Most of these small runes are around 3 kilometers in diameter, so when scaled down at 75 meters in radius. So I only included the moons larger than 10 kilometers in diameter. That's crazy. Like, an argument can be made, like, they're not even moons at that point. They're just, like, just asteroids that just so happen to be in Saturn's orbit. But I guess those are moons. So, you know, they're moons. But yeah, it's crazy. Crazy. So many moons. I feel like it's a challenge between, like, Saturn and Jupiter. I think Saturn's always been in the winner in that front. I mean, arguably, you could say Saturn wins by default because the rings are like billions of moons, but whatever. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. All right. See, if I turn this way, what happens to the orbit? Orbit does some fun things, apparently. Okay, noted. Look at that. Look at that orbit. I'm gonna try and get it, like, over there, I think. I think if I, like, aim this way, yeah, the orbit starts going over there. Oh yeah, there we go. There we are. Okay, I think that's perfect. I think that's good enough for now. So we'll go ahead and switch back to the other rocket, which should be nearby. No, I guess we burned so far away. I guess it makes sense. We are going in a retrograde. We are going a completely different direction. So that's fine. Ooh, our trajectory got messed up a little bit. That's okay. We'll get a little bit closer and then fix that. Whoa, that was interesting. There we go. Now we got our second encounter. Hello, Titan. Titan. No. Titan. Alright. See if we can get another encounter with it for 36. Or the U. No, I can't get to U yet. Hyperion. Okay. Let's see. Pon. There's a lot of tiny things down here. We got like the some of the shepherd moons and the rings. So I think back to Titan actually. Oh, I'm still time warping. Whoops. Wait, did we land on? I think we can get a really good. I think we can finally like finalize our gravity assist here. Yeah. Get up a little bit more into here. Just trying to figure out what's the best. I mean, the goal is to get rid of our stage as soon as we can. So I think sending it careening into Titan is going to be the best course of action. I mean, maybe we'll do this and we'll find out that it's not a good option. Interesting. Okay, I just saw your comment, Terraspace, that these moons usually group together to have similar inclinations. Fragments of some sort of collision. Could be. Wouldn't be surprising. So yeah, we can do that for Titan. Is that really an orbit we want, though? Is an orbit like that? Or do we just want... I definitely don't want an orbit like that, I don't think. I think we just want an orbit that will, like, allow us to get to Titan the most easily. So actually, maybe an orbit like that is good. Yeah, because right now we're crossing over. So yeah, maybe... I mean, the orbit we had with Iapetus, I think, was fine. Yeah, I'm going to revert back to that. Revert, I think, 30 seconds. Again. Yeah, I think... Yeah, right before we do this. Before we do any of that. Yeah, there we go. I think we'll just stick with that. And actually, I'm gonna make a proper quick save. There we go. So we want to go to this moon right here. Because as you can see, our orbit is very similar to its... Our crossing over point isn't like crossing over wildly, like Titan's is. So this will make it a good encounter. Once we get to it. And obviously, I think I still want to make sure I'm tracking you. Yeah, just... Because once you get to where... Close to that other moon, I want to make sure... We got several things on the go here. We got several things happening here. I just can't get an encounter with Iapetus. Unfortunately. Very unfortunately. Come on, we're so close, but yet just nope every single time. Just getting noped. Just gonna wait. Oh, hi fairing. Bye fairing. Oh, we got a assist from Titan there. Not really what we wanted. We got an unhelpful gravity assist from Titan. It lowered our orbit. That's doing the blinky window. See, it's so close, but it's just not quite there every single time. Feels like something's just not happening. I feel like this is the one where we get the encounter with Titan, maybe? Right here? No, not right here. I might just need to force it, but yeah, I'm worried about fuel. Fuel is going to be big concern if we start forcing things now. After being so efficient, if we start forcing things now, might get messy. Ooh, that was close. That was a close scrape. Okay, there's our encounter escape with Titan. Yeah, I just don't want to. I don't want to deal with that right now. Yeah, look at that. Whoop, right there. That's finally something. It's not what I want to do, but it's finally something. Finally, okay. We'll take that. It's a big crossover, but we're not obviously going to get what we want. So what we're going to do is get this encounter. And then I don't really care about anything else. We're just going straight down to land. So get that. Alright, I'll go ahead and get over to there. Okay. Flip you around. Alright, so how do we want to do this? We have a reserve fuel here. I think just do this. Just capture with whatever we can. And then whatever's still left when we return to orbit is what we'll take with us. Alright, so it's not as efficient as we wanted it to be, but I was getting impatient. Alright, there we go. There's our wonky orbit. We'll go ahead and fix that real quick, and then I built the ISS, but I ended up deleting my world by accident. Maybe delete this app out of anger. Yeah. I feel you. I feel you there. Alright, so yeah, I'll do that, and then warp back down here and lower this orbit. And we're just going to leave this fuel tank in this orbit. There we go. Low Iapetus orbit. We have all our reserve fuel here. I mean, yeah, we might as well just pump that into here actually already. Because, yeah, we wasted a lot of the fuel using RCS. But there's a little bit left. There's a little bit left. Actually, that can probably go into the ascent stage here. And then the command module here. Except then there's 3.7 left. So whatever we want to do with the 3.7 liters of fuel is up to us. But anyway. There we go. Undock from that. Now we have both vessels in low Iapetus orbit. We only need one to go down, so we'll switch to the lander. And we'll go ahead and begin our descent. Where do we land? The Roncevaux Terra? I'm gonna say that's Roncevaux Terra. Looks French. Alright. Like rendezvous, but different. Okay, we're coming down, we're coming down. Go ahead and start scrubbing some velocity. Oh, 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 whoa. Use RCS. And touchdown. There we go. Iapetus. Just gonna get the solar panels out so that we can charge something, I guess. And another landing. There we are. Check that out. Beautiful. Alright. Let's wait for the mothership to be overhead. Actually, the mothership never got really that far away from this thing over here. So we'll just... I guess we can just go ahead and redock to this thing. I don't know if we really need the other two probes. Maybe we'll use one for, like, the smaller inner moons. But the fourth one, I say that was just a backup in case one of them failed. Because I don't think we'll need that one. But who knows. But yeah, I don't think we'll need it. Doesn't seem like a necessity. That we necessarily need that one. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so now we'll just wait until this is overhead again. Right overhead. Switch to. And retract the solar panels. We can go ahead and raise the legs a little bit. And go! Atmosphereless body for the win! Just fly flat. And then fly too much. Overcook your ascent. We definitely overcooked it. That's okay, we'll slow it down. But yeah, the reason you wait for it to be right above you is because we're actually going to be going a bit faster than it. Even though we're not quite orbital, we are in a lower trajectory, so we will actually be going slightly faster than it. It's just kind of how stuff in space works. So we'll be able to catch up with it. Now that's not the case on a planet with an atmosphere, because you have to go up for a little bit, so you actually want to wait for it to be a bit behind you. But this should hopefully line up quite good. Navigate to. Do we have? Yeah, we have arrows. There we go. So yeah, we're heading roughly straight in that direction. We can cancel what seems to be some side velocity, it's saying. It's like, interesting. Alright. Oh yeah, I see that. Side velocity. Yeah, we want to enter a lower orbit, so let's go like that. And we'll circularize right around here. Yeah, we want to circularize into a slightly lower orbit. So that way, we can catch up. Because, you know, he's definitely faster, because we're not even in orbit yet. But now we will be. So now we begin catch up. Distance this way. Oh, there they are. They're just right over there. So we can just burn towards them a little bit. Cut off some of that side velocity. Oop. And there we go. Donk. Okay. So we'll go ahead and get the rest of the fuel into you. There we go. So we're going to get the rest of this into there. Alright. This thing is now empty. Well, actually not completely empty. We could steal your fuel. Because like I said, we're not going to probably use one of the probes. So we can steal the fuel from that. And yeah, now we should be good. Yeah, we'll use one of the probes to explore the inner moons. But then that's about it. I don't think we need the other ones. All our probes worked fine. We didn't need the backup probe. But yeah. Good idea to have backup probe in case probe fails. Alright. So we're going to shut that off, turn that on. And Hyperion next, I think. Or maybe we go to Titan and save Hyperion for one of our small landers. Yeah, let's do Titan. So we got our transfer window. Let's get it. All right. See you later, Iapetus. And for Titan, hold on, let me be right back. We got Titan. We got Titan here. So he'll just sit. I was hoping he would sit there. But no, he's very round and doesn't stay very well. You are really being a annoying little moon, aren't you? I thought he would just sit right there. What if I put a weight on the top? That's not enough weight. Put a penny would weigh it down. Oh well. He's here. He's here. Is that showing up? If I put him there, do you guys, does that field of view work? I don't know. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. You guys can't see him over there. I mean, you couldn't really see him here either. He's kind of too close. Well, either way, he's here. And just know he's nearby. Alright. We got Titan and we're going to Titan. Let's rock and roll. So we're going to try and get in orbit. And, you know, do it like Apollo style. We're going to do it Apollo style. We could aero brake probably, but that's probably not the best idea. I don't know. Maybe it's fine. Doop. Go ahead and start applying the brakes. We kind of overdid it. Kind of missed. Alright, there's Titan. There it is. Actually, no, we don't need to settle for this. I record a quick save too. Keep forgetting to create quick saves. I need to create more quick saves. There needs to be more quick saves. Oh, I think I completely missed the encounter there. I did completely mess up. Look at me being good at what I do. You know, let's just warp here. That way we can't mess anything up. It's literally impossible for me to mess this up now. There we go. Now, unfortunately, I do not have my Titan base on this save. Because if we did, we could say hi. But yeah, that's on my other save. Oh, look at that. Love the atmosphere there. Yeah, really cool. Even though the sun is up there, but it's fine. You don't really think about it too much. Oh. I overcooked it. It's fine. We'll just let the lander go. There we go. We're just using a bit of your fuel. It's fine. Let's yeah, turn around and reorbit you. Dunk. Yep, hit it with the engine bell. I'm sure that's completely fine. And not at all super dangerous. There we go. Alright, so yeah, that's back in orbit. And now we can switch to the lander, which is going to be landing over here at Shangri-La. Let's see how... Now, Reentry shouldn't be too spicy, because we are coming in from low orbit, but... I don't know, Reentry in this game is usually always kind of spicy. But I don't think Titan Reentry was actually that bad, if I remember correctly. I remember before I made like a whole entire like Venus return setup, because I was worried about Titan being a, you know, super hard. But, no. It was fine. This lander should suffice. Pat, 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 pat. I should have brought parachutes, actually. That was one thing I forgot to put on the lander, was parachutes. Oh, well. Do we need them? Not sure. Not sure if they'll be needed. Oh, it's spicy now. It's a spicy a meatball now. Oh, dear. Yeah, that's not... that is not ideal, Houston. Alright. Revert. Okay, let's revert. I wonder if we extend the solar panels, do they act like, speed brakes? Can we kinda... Can we try and induce drag here? Please. No, not too little, too late. Okay. Maybe. Okay. Engine on. Yeah, the atmosphere just does too little, too late to really. Yeah, the atmosphere is just too little, too late to really justify anything. So we'll just go ahead and do the bulk of our landing with fuel burn. Thought we could air brake a little bit, but yeah. Atmosphere seems to be relatively thin. Or at least it's very thick, very low down. Alright, there we go. Oh. We're hopping. Higher elevation spot. Well, you know what? That's good. Means we'll spend less trying to get out, but come on. Okay. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. No, it's not fine anymore. Okay. Oh, I still got it set to ×3. That's why I'm... Okay. Alright. Okay. Cancel that horizontal speed. If you can. If you can, that would be lovely. Okay, just put her down. Anywhere will do. Okay. Okay, I think we can count that. There we go. Alright. Yeah, we might be on some hills here. Shangri-La? Is it some hills? Maybe. Seems pretty low down. It's not like we're on like a mountain, it looks like. We're not on Olympus Doom. Or Doom Olympus. Or, yeah, Doom Mons. Yeah. So. Yeah. Oh. We did it. I guess I should show off the day-night cycle. Oh, give you guys a seizure in the process. Okay, what's the correct time warp setting? There. Look, it's daytime. Whoa, it's daytime on Titan. Look at that. And then you got sunset. Look at that. So orange. So orange. It's really cool. Alright, let's time warp. Let's get our vessel. And because we got an atmosphere, we'll put it a bit behind us, like I said. So now it's like brown atmosphere. And we'll go up for a little bit. Get out of the thick parts of the atmosphere, and then immediately start, yeah, upper atmosphere. Yeah, I think the upper atmosphere is way thinner than the lower atmosphere, so we can just, probably in the upper atmosphere, we can just do this. Yeah, basically. That looks alright. Alright, we'll stop it there. Because we are getting a bit ahead of ourselves, it looks like. Alright. Oh, we can do that, I think. There we are. Rapid rendezvous. You've never seen a rendezvous this quick. Trust me on this. You probably have. Oh, but have you seen a relative speed change that quick? You might have. I don't know what you watch. But that was pretty good. That was some pretty good orbital maneuvering right there. There we go. Doink. Alright. We're getting down on the fuel. We only got a couple more of the big moons to go. Actually, I think that's... I mean, Iapetus and... Those are like the real big ones. We got Rhea, Dione, and Enceladus left. And then, yeah, Mimas and these start getting kind of small. So I don't think... Yeah, I think we'll be okay. I think we've done... The hardest parts are I forgot to add another landing. Again, I don't know if you guys can see that on your end or not. Again, there's supposed to be a chat bot. I don't know how to get that to work. I need somebody who knows more about streaming to teach me. Anyways. I guess we should check in with what our other... We should have checked in with our other little probes, but... Just getting these landings out of the way. The exciting ones. Just getting the exciting ones out of the way. Perfect. Boop. Doop. We're here. Right up. Uh-oh. We are running out of liquid fuel. And how much liquid fuel do we need in that part? Yeah, it's a lot more delta V. I mean, yeah, it is quite a big orbit change. So maybe we're gonna have more problems with the delta V than I thought we would. Looking like we might have a couple problems with delta V. Alright, but there we go. That's that done. So now we can detach the lander. Get ready to send him down. And there's no marked places on Rhea. Okay. We'll just land over there. We'll just land here. Landing here. Nice. Okay. Dunk. E. Ria. There we go. Alright, so that is landing 4. Now, I think we're going to take a break on that. We got, you know, those two guys there. I'm sure they'll be fine. I'm sure, you know, being this close to Saturn isn't, like, at all dangerous or anything. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and get back in this guy, because I completely forgot about his existence. And we were trying to get to a moon. Phoebe? Was the Phoebe the moon we were trying to get to? No, it was Ymir. Maybe? Some of these might be okay. Just trying to figure things out here. Oh, there we go. That'll work. We can do that. Yeah, who cares about Delta V? We have ion engines. Who cares about Delta V when you have ion engines to help you? So I don't have quite an encounter yet. So we're gonna have to, yeah, see what happens as we time warp. Oh, there we go. Now it's giving us a new encounter. And it's saying we have to slow down by negative 4.27. There we go. Now we actually have it. Hello, MSFest player. What planet pack do you use? This is the planet pack made by Terraspace himself. Has all the planets, including Planet X, or Planet 9. And, yeah, a lot of fun stuff. Like all these moons of Saturn he just added. I'm going to Ymir. Something wrong? Did something break? I can't... I'm not time warping though. Huh. Weird. Something strange happened. Okay, something strange happened. I'm gonna create a quick save. I'm just gonna burn towards the moon and try and re-encounter it. Oh, I need to burn this way, I think, as well, because I'm losing it. I'm losing it. There we go, re-encountered. Close call there. Okay. Should be good now. Yep. Hi, small moon. Oh, I definitely stopped. Hi, small moon. Well, I guess we live here now. Nah, I won't do that. Alright, I'm gonna start slowing down probably. Well, I don't know. I mean, it's ion engine. Start slowing down. Especially when you aim the wrong way. Titan. Titan. We already landed on Titan. Okay. I just want to try something. So if I retract that, land. Okay, so we're landing, dunk. All right, we landed. Cha-ching. All right, what happens if I do this? Ooh. Huh. I thought we would, like, you know, like, bounce or something. I mean, I guess that's a thing. And then we just do that, and then we're in orbit. Yeah, now we're in orbit. Small moons are so funny. Alright. Let's find another one. So from Ymir. Let's find another moon going this direction. I think there was Phoebe, wasn't that? Yeah. Where's our transfer window? Down here. Oh, we're at the transfer window. Look at that. No, we're not quite at the transfer window. We're almost at the transfer window. That would be nice. So I guess first, and I don't know how long it'll take us to get into the transfer window. We need to, like, 50 meters, okay. I'm glad the time warp height isn't insane. 50 meters is reasonable. I'm glad it's not insane. Because that does make small gravity bodies annoying when it's like you can't time warp it. There we go. Now we gotta have our window. Let's see. How much delta V to go from Ymir to Phoebe? 11.2. That is it. I'm pretty sure that is less delta V than a sneeze. There we are. Ooh. All right. And navigation. And now we just fly our way on over there. Yeah, I only see these 2 moons that are actually retrograde, so that's good. Now that we're knocking both these retrograde moons out, then we just have prograde moons and smaller moons to take care of. Prograde smaller moons to take care of. Oh wow, this one actually has a different texture to it. Look at that. Neat. Although I crashed into it. Not like it matters, this probe was pretty much done anyway. So maybe we just... Yeah, this is the retrograde probe and all the retrograde moons are done, so... But you know what, let's just revert. I don't want the probe to be dead. I'd rather it be alive. It's easy enough to keep it alive. Just revert the 30 seconds. And then you can keep your probe alive. There we are. Woo, 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 woo. Doink. And there we go. Mission complete, at least for this little guy. This little guy's mission is over. His mission has drawn to a close. All the retrograde moons have now been landed on. So that's 6 moons. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, so we got our our two fairing halves. Just well, this one's getting another encounter with Titan. And this is getting flung off over there, and this one found itself into a low orbit like we had. So yeah, we probably could do. I think we could do Dione, Tethys, Enceladus, Mimas. And then save all these tiny moons like Methone. Methone's interesting. Yeah, it's egg-shaped. Save some of these tiny ones. I think a lot of these, or a couple of these are going to be like egg-shaped because of the tidal forces of Saturn. No, just that one. But these have very small SOIs. And some interesting shapes there, actually. Oh my goodness. You only land up here or down there. That's a special one. Alright. Well, let's send out the last probe. So our thing should still be in orbit of Iapetus. Focus. Yeah, there it is. Switch to... Alright, so yeah, this guy... Not that guy. Oh no, we took both their fuels. Oh, I didn't realize we took this guy's fuel. Oh, because he's firmly attached to the bottom. That's why he wouldn't undock. Okay. Alright, so that's... We can't use that. Okay. Well then, I thought... It was going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting for sure. Where was that one moon that we landed on already? There you go. Albiorix. Let's switch to you. And let's navigate to... Let's see, what were some of the new ones you added? Because I... Okay. Yeah, so Areopagus is a new one, so we can navigate here. Okay. Transfer window. It's a little bit confused about when the transfer window would be. I am too. Oh, we can orbit him faster than... Okay, well let's maybe raise our orbit a little bit. We'll raise our orbit a little bit. And then maybe we'll land on a couple more, and then I might actually resume this next week. Might actually resume this next week, because I'm getting quite tired. What planet pack is this? This is Terraspace's planet pack. Yeah. When the stream is done, I'll put the link in the description if you guys want to download it. But yeah, 6 moons. Not too bad, not too bad. We definitely can do a lot more. We got a lot of the hard ones out of the way. Yeah, I definitely think we can do a lot more. At this point, I am getting real tired. So we might pick this up at a later date. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Yeah, if we switch to this, and then focus on this again. we can get out of the slow speeds there. Alright, there we go. And I didn't want to quite do that. Slow her down. There we go. Okay. Nice orbit. Nice orbit there. It's on my Discord. You can download it from my Discord. Or from any of the links in any of my spaceflight videos. I don't have the link on the stream, but on any of my shorts, I always put the link. So yeah, that's where you can get it. Anyway, navigate to. Yeah, that's just annoying. Let's see, what about another one? Tarvos. No, Island's even more disco-y. That one's fine. We can do that one. Okay. Which moons can we can or not do? Oh, what? 200 meters for this moon. Okay, and our orbit's 196. Cool, cool. Just remember that the transfer window is like somewhere over here. Focus. Switch to all right. There we go. The transfer window's over there now. Oh. Oh. Okay. That was a big goof. Bit of a big goof. You're a bit silly. Game sometimes. If you put an up-to-date link in the chat, I will pin it. I just, maybe I could do that right now, actually. Help you guys out a little bit. Copy. There you go. There's the link for anybody. I'm just going to pin that. Well, thank you for joining the Discord. It's always nice to have more people on there. You can, you know, submit your own submission for this challenge, and maybe you'll win the prize. Who knows? Maybe you'll win the grand prize. I don't even know what's going on here. The game's not even giving me like a navigation, like what to do. Navigate to, oh there we go, plus 16, okay. I'm like, what do I have to do to encounter this moon? Okay, 16 meters per second. There we go. Oh, we lost that. Where did you come from? Where did you go? We had the encounter for a second, and then we lost it. Unfortunate. Doing this in the most inefficient way possible, because who cares? Right? Who cares? Yeah. Basically rendezvousing with this, like rendezvous with another spacecraft. Yeah, there it is. Doop. We're becoming in here such low relative velocity. Yep. Only 36 meters per second. Go ahead and get ourselves in orbit. Or just not an orbit, just that. That's all we need. Just a direct path straight to the surface. Uh-oh. We're flying away. Smack it. Smack that rock. Smack it. Smack it real hard. Smack it. Smack it. There we go. We smacked it. Alright, 7 landings. Do we call it there for now? I think we do. We'll go ahead and resume this next week, same time. And we'll see if we can get the other several landings. I think we might. With the ion-powered probes, I think we might just be able to manage it. But yeah, I'm getting real tired. So that's where I'm gonna call it. So, but if you guys enjoyed, then please be sure to leave a like. If you're not subscribed, please consider. It would really mean a lot. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time when we hopefully finish this up and get the astronauts back home, if they're still alive after how many years. Okay, bye.